Alright guys, the time is here for our deadlift test. I'm pretty optimistic about today, to be honest with you. I don't really foresee any problems. My hip has been bothering me for several days now because I have this weird thing where, like, sometimes when I move my femur in a weird way, it like pops like in the socket. And the past few times it's happened, it's hurt pretty fucking bad. And so now I've been more deliberate with my movement to make sure I'm not, stepping off in a weird way and, aggravating it again. But since I've been managing it a little bit better, it hasn't popped on me and the pain has kind of gone down. So hopefully that doesn't interfere with today. Now, keep in mind, it's been several days dealing with the pain, and I've done all sorts of shit with that pain. So no problem. So it doesn't really affect me in my gym movement. It's oddly enough only in my day-to-day movement, like getting up from my chair and like just moving a certain way. Like it acts up. It's super weird. So anyway, I took my time with the warm-up. I did some more adductor work. Nothing crazy, just something specific for the adductors that I normally don't do. Just to make sure that, everything's nice and lubed up, warmed up, and ready to pull something heavy. So it's just a barbell deadlift, man, nothing crazy. We're gonna work up to a new 1RM, conventional, so close stance, because it's the version of the deadlift that I probably am weakest at, literally. And so I just want to continue testing that and training for that. That's kind of my whole purpose. So 485 is the previous record. Anything above that is a fucking win, but obviously we're gunning for 5. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do 5 at 135 and just work our way up from there. Probably 90 pounds at a time. Finding my rhythm there. Hips were a little too low initially. All right, 225 for 4. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty smooth. Definitely feeling pretty smooth. Hopefully we can keep it up. All right, 365 for a double. Now I know some of you are probably thinking, why not just jump straight to 405? The thing is like, when you're purposely trying to like guarantee a PR, you have to be a little more critical of your progression plan, because it's easy to fuck it up. So a 405 for a double may be doable, but think of the fatigue accrual of 405 for 2 as opposed to 405 for a single, and then just repeating singles up to 500, right? You do 365, which is a nice easy weight for 2, and then it's just practice, that single practice 100 pounds out from the goal. I think that makes more sense than trying to do 405 for a double, which may be harder than you think it is, and then getting like 2 singles done. Because you would do what, 455, and then maybe like a 475 to 500. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of like an awkward jump. So if you are trying to guarantee a PR, just take 5 extra seconds to think about what is a logical step progression. Don't just throw shit on the bar, because before you know it, you're gonna be like, oh fuck, I probably should have done another jump, or oh fuck, maybe I jumped too soon, or whatever. So I've talked about it before in a different video. Like, you have to be very intentional with your warm-ups, but when you're just training, and it doesn't really matter if you get a PR or not, it's just like a heavy single, you can be a little more lackadaisical with your progression. But even then, like, if you're competing in something, you should be pretty serious about your step progression. So. So I know what you're thinking. It probably feels or looks a little slow, but boy, does that feel smooth as fuck. That is a huge green flag. All right, 4 or 5 for a single. This will be the telltale sign if we're good to go today or not. Oh yeah, cake. Everything's moving really well so far. All right, story time real quick. So this is 475 on here. Now, about 6 months ago, my PR for the deadlift was 465. And I was going for 475 for my nice and easy PR, and I hook gripped it. And my thumb ripped about mid-thigh. Bar was about mid-thigh, give or take. Thumb ripped open, and I lost it. And it infuriated me because whenever you're doing a lift, you can tell when something goes wrong versus you just don't got it, right? And if you don't agree with that, then you're just not experienced enough. That's all that is. So anyway, point is, it completely flayed my thumb. And so I went inside and I cut off the skin that had come off, bandaged it, came back outside, threw straps on, and I was so pissed. I was like, I'm not doing 475 again. Like, suck my dick. Like, I went up 485 and smoked it. Smoked it. The only reason I couldn't do more was because my thumb was in so much pain. that I was just like, I mean, I'm not gonna force it and make it worse, you know what I mean? Like the bandage ripped off, like it was just, it is what it is. I didn't even care. So with that being said, I am preemptively putting straps on because I know I can do this, and I do not want my skin to rip, nor do I want to lose it because of grip, and it just throws off my whole focus. So we're doing this, straps, and then we're going straight to 5, and we're gonna see how it goes. So, story time for you. Slow grind, but we got it there. 475 was a little heavier than expected, but I think this is here. I just know it's gonna take every fucking thing that I got, that's for sure. We're gonna give it a shot. Oh, come on, baby. Ah! Let's fucking go, dude. I think I tried so hard not to rebend and not to support the bar on my thighs. I think I managed it. I'm gonna have to watch the video back. But honestly, you know, I don't compete anymore. I still lifted that shit. Next goal is gonna be without any straps. Hitting 500 either mixed grip or hook is gonna be next up on the chopping block. But we fucking did that shit. Let's fucking go. All right, so I bet you guys are curious about kind of, you know, what now, or maybe just my thoughts afterwards. 15-pound PR, which is huge. And the only reason I did a 15-pound PR instead of like 5 or 10 is one, because 500 was right there. 500 was within spitting distance. I am no better than any other person when you're at a big milestone lift like that and you're like, just fucking go for it, dude. Just go for it. If you're within spitting distance, just fucking go for it. I'm no better than anybody else. However, part of that influencing decision was, I told you guys roughly 6 months ago, because it was like 2 blocks ago. We did 475, the thumb ripped. I came back with straps, smoked 485. Had the thumb not ripped, and had I known that had I had like, what's the word? Like the knowledge that I had gained, you know, as much strength as I did, because I wasn't really aware of how much stronger I had gotten. I probably would have attempted 500 back then. Now, whether I would have got it or not is a different story. But after 6 whole months of training, 15 pounds on a deadlift is definitely logical and definitely reasonable. Especially since we were doing a bodybuilding block, and I use that very loosely. It's just like more of a bodybuilding emphasis, and then we did the sprint season, which is when I started posting on YouTube. So, 6 whole months of training, came back, we did 1 conjugate block, smoked the 500. I mean, I feel I'm on cloud 9 right now. It's fucking awesome. Anyway, kind of my thoughts here is, obviously, I watched it back on film, and I do ramp it. I do ramp it a little bit, because like as soon as the bar crosses like that knee threshold, I get my knees underneath it, and that was involuntary, because I don't remember doing that. It's kind of just like a reaction by the nervous system. The nervous system knows that I'm trying to lock it out, and it just puts itself in a good position to try and lock it out. So that was not voluntary, which I say is a good sign, because that means it was like a true max. You know what I mean? Maybe you could have squeezed out 502, 503, something like that. But it was basically a true max. And so that's awesome. So now like my progression plan is just to get more and more deadlift maxes closer to 500 and or over 500, whatever. But that's, I mean, dude, this is just so relieving. I've been chasing that number for so long, because if you guys can't already tell, like my deadlift leverages suck ass. I got short arms, relatively speaking. I got long legs, average sized torso. So like I am kind of in a weird position when I deadlift, and I end up stiff legging most of my deadlifts, which you saw today. It was if you pause the video like right where the where the bar like breaks the ground. I mean, I'm basically in an RDL immediately. And so anyway, like all that aside, because who cares? You work with what you got. We're gonna do dumbbell RDLs pretty light. I'm just gonna bang out like a couple sets of 10, and then we're gonna do some Bulgarians. And I'm not training them, I'm just getting some movement in. And then we're all done. So it's RDLs for 3x10, Bulgarians for 3x12, I think. Or 3x10 as well, actually. I think they're both 10. Or actually, RDLs might be 8s. Bulgarians would be 10s. I think that's actually what it is. But anyway, that's that. And in the future, I'll just look to obviously clean up the technique a little bit, and yeah. And if you guys haven't seen the video before where I talk about technique being built at a certain threshold, that's why. Because when you hit a true max, it's just your innate ability to execute. You know what I mean? Like, it's just your motor control. So you have to get exposure to heavy weights so that shit like that doesn't happen. But at a certain threshold, breakdown's gonna happen no matter what. It doesn't fucking matter what it is. At a certain threshold, the body's gonna break down. It's gonna try and put itself into positions where it can gain leverage. So don't feel bad if you send it on a max and the technique breaks down. That's exactly what happens when you push maxes. Again, what I've said before in the past is you have certain things that are okay when they break down, and then things that are not okay when they break down. And so you avoid the things that are not okay. Everything else is fair game. Let's move into RDLs. I'm done yapping. Let's get this workout over with. All right, here we go. Testing day number 2. After a very successful day 1, where if you missed it, we hit 500 on deadlift, conventional, for the first time ever. So that was super cool. It was a wee bit of a grinder, but it is testing week. If they weren't grinders, I wasn't doing my job. They're all supposed to be grinders. With that being said, is it to powerlifting standards? No, because I use straps, and 2, I didn't really ramp it, but it looks like you kind of got the knees back under the bar. I don't know if they actually rebend. They kind of stay bent, but then you kind of shelve it a little bit. it is what it is. I don't compete anymore, so who gives a fuck? I got that shit up, and it was clean enough for me. So now it's just repetition. You did it once, now we just got to clean it up. Obviously, this whole thing just kind of being mastery over the years. I mean, that's really all it is, right? You don't compete for anything. I'm just honing my craft forever. Anyway, not to turn all Confucius to you guys. We're just going to get down to business. I'm just still kind of infatuated with Monday's performance. Very happy about it. As you should be, too. If there's any PRs you've recently set and maybe, you know, people try to drag you down a little bit, especially if you post it on social. People just love to shit on other people for their achievements. So even if you set a new PR and it doesn't look textbook to you, maybe it's a little fucky-wucky, maybe it wasn't as pretty as you wanted it to be, you did that shit. You did that shit. Ain't nobody else lift that shit for you. So good job. You deserve it. Anyway, now the pep talk's over. We're benching today, man. And ironically, I should be pumped for bench today because it is my best lift. But I don't know, man. We had a pretty mediocre showing for bench this block. I don't say bad, but I will say mediocre. So we're just going to do our best, man, as we always do. See what we can throw up here. I'm kind of optimistic about even hitting 335. I would like 345 because last time I did hit 345, but I had a slight misgroove and my ass kind of flew up off the bench. Not as bad as the bench PR we did a few weeks ago where like I voluntarily just let those things fly up. It popped up like involuntarily. And I was feeling so good about it though because I misgrooved it that I went for 350. And 350 was like the previous bench where like our ass flew up, but we still locked that shit out. And I've gone back and forth on counting it or not. I would like to hit 345 again, like smooth as fuck though, you know what I mean? I don't want to just keep loading it up. But anyway, we'll see what we can do today. Like I said, if I can get 335, I'll be pretty happy because we've hit 335 a few times and it's only been super smooth once. So if I can do another super smooth 335, shit, I'll take that. You know what I mean? 340 would be sick, 345 would be hella sick, and 350 would be fucking mind-blowing awesome. So anyway, we're just going to go for it, dude. 45, 135, I'm probably going to do 1 to 85, believe it or not. 225, 265, 305. I'll probably do 4 or 3 40-pound jumps. Nah, I don't even know if I want to do that, to be honest with you. 225 to 255 to 285. Maybe like 230 jumps. And then from 285 to 305, which would be a 20. 325, see how that moves. That way we can hit like a 340 or a 345 if it moves super well. So, fix my hat here so it doesn't go sliding off on me. But the fatigue is still there from deadlifts, but that's also why I do deadlifts first. So we have plenty of time to kind of subside the fatigue. And it's also the one I care about the most. I wanted that 500 so bad, so I wanted that first. Right, 135 for 4. Easy 2 for the 225. And like I said, we'll probably jump. I don't know, I'm kind of tempted to do like a bigger jump, but last time I did that, I think I regretted it. So I think we'll probably jump. I don't know, maybe I could do another 40 to 265 and then 295. So it puts us at 315. I could do 335 then. Wait, yeah. I don't know, I think I'd rather do 330 to 345. I don't know, man. Fuck. Having a hard time deciding what I want to do here. We'll figure it out. All right, 265 it is, another 40-pound jump. Then we'll do 30. All right, 295 for a single. Everything's feeling good so far. I know I'm not doing a whole lot of talking, but that's just because I'm trying to stay as focused as possible. It sucks because 315 is so like, what's the word? Like, it's heavy. I don't want this to come across like chump change. It's heavy, but like I've done 315 so many times that it's like, this shouldn't be anything. But based off of how 295 felt, I don't know, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. We'll see. I could surprise myself. I got a wasp looking for a home in the garage. You better find somewhere to go, buddy. Yeah, a little harder than I was expecting. That's what I'm saying. I don't like it. All right, man, here we are. This is 330. I mean, this is pretty much it, dude. If this moves like shit, we're cooked. That's as simple as that is. Oh, let's fucking go, dude. Oh. Don't ask me how the fuck that moves so well. Crazy. Let's fucking go. All right, baby, here we go. 345. Safeties are up. Confidence is high. Belief is high. had it, dude. I misgrooved at the top. Literally misgrooved at the top. All right, guys, we're gonna try one more time. One more time. I had it. I think I might have gone a little too fast on the way down. I had it here, and I couldn't extend the tricep all the way, and then I lost it towards my head. The strength is there. I just have to not fuck up the rep. The strength is literally there. I just need to not fuck it up. Regardless, we're gonna give it another shot. Quite literally everything that I have. If not, we at least know 335 or 340 is there. Bar rolled already. Horrible start. That time I was just gassed. I tried, the hips came up and I just stalled right here. Couldn't do it. Ugh. I exerted myself so much on that first rep, on that first attempt. I just got no gas left. Ugh. I think 345 is there. I just can't do it today. But again, we failed like 4 bench attempts this block. I mean, I think just the fact that it budged at all, considering how heavy 295 felt. I mean, I think we came out on top today. At least we didn't lose strength. But like I said, based off of how that feels, man, I'll be honest with you, I think 345 is there. I just don't have it today. I think it is there though, because it's moving pretty well, and I can get it to that break point at 90. I just can't overcome it. So, nice try. Let's get some accessory work done, and then I got places to be, so we'll make it a quick one. Well, anyway, I'll do a final send-off real quick, just because it's on my mind. I watched the video. Dude, that first attempt was right there, dude. Right there. I was like literally right here. I just couldn't extend the arm. You know what we call that? Bitch made. Ugh. Sucks, dude. If I had a little 2-finger spot, would have gone right up, man. Would have gone right up. But regardless, I am happy with that. Because again, this block fucked us up, man. We had a rough few weeks there. And training didn't really go according to plan there for a few sessions. So that's the normal order of things though, right? I told the client this literally just this week. Training is not going to go the way you want it to on paper. Shit's gonna happen. You're gonna have long shifts. You're You're gonna train without getting food first. You're gonna have a shitty night of sleep and one of the hardest workouts ever that day. Someone's gonna piss you off at work. Somebody's gonna piss you off at home. Something's gonna happen. And that's what training's all about, is learning how to get through those things and still push forward. And again, I'm not trying to be philosophical, but it's really what this is. You are taking charge of your health right now. Performance is cool. New PRs are cool. We love getting jacked. We love getting strong as fuck. But this is a health first deal. And I can't speak for you guys, but I do not forsake my health for performance gains. So when things don't go my way, this is what it is, bro. Because guess what? I still feel great. Am I injured? No. Do I have pain? No. Emotional pain. That's about it. And yeah, I gotta leave really soon. So I'm gonna cut this short. But I just wanted to spit that out really quick. Because I know people, especially the younger folks, and I say that like I'm 50. I just mean like the young 20s that are either getting into this or they're just all about their metrics. Shit happens, bro. And sometimes shit ain't gonna go your way. That's okay. The point is, we still gonna show up on Friday, and we still gonna squat, and we're still gonna try and hit something huge. And guess what? We do a quick little deload, and then we get right back to work. That's how it goes, man. We ain't here for a long time, but I'm gonna make the most of the time that I do have. So a little bit of training, I'm gonna make it count. Testing days, I'm gonna make it count. And if it doesn't go my way, there's always tomorrow. All right. What is going on, dudes? Last day's here, last testing day. Squats on the menu. It is gonna be high bar back squat. I don't really low bar anymore, ever. Just because it was strictly a powerlifting thing when I low bar squatted. And not to mention, yeah, I was young when I was into all that stuff and didn't really know nearly as much as I do now. And, you know, one of the things that always kind of eluded me was big quads. But I had, you know, fucking centaur cheeks. And lo and behold, it was because I was low bar squatting pretty much 24/7. Like, anytime I did any squat variation, actually, it was replicating the low bar. And say what you will about not getting outside of the low bar pattern. There's a reason my quads were not nearly as developed. And so when I left powerlifting, I was just like, well, I mean, there's no reason to squat that way anymore, because, like, who cares? I'm just going to squat high bar because I can, with a very upright torso and extreme positive shin angle, and just fucking own it. And so I have been ever since. I don't really low bar squat ever, because in my humble opinion, a low bar squat is basically just a deadlift with the bar on your back. I mean, that's basically what it is. You view any low bar squat from the side, it's basically a fucking deadlift. There's no forward knee translation at all in most low bar squats. And if there is, it's because those people can high bar squat basically vertical, and so when you low bar squat them, like, you're still going to see some degree of knee bend. But regardless, you know, we are past that point in our lives now, and now we just high bar squat. And it feels great because I actually have quads now, and, you know, I consider it an actual squat. You know, I don't really consider the low bar squat a squat, to be honest with you. That's my hot take. But anyway, enough of that. Previous record is 420. We're going to try and match 420 because last time I did 420, I had wraps on. My best raw is 415. So I imagine I can squat 420 raw. And by raw, I mean bare knees, not like powerlifting classic raw with wraps. So literally raw, belt only. And yeah, we'll see what we can do. 420 would be sick. Obviously, anything above that would be even better because, you know, it's funny. I was talking about this on, was it the deadlift testing day? I can't even remember. But my initial goals were like a 315 bench, a 405 squat, and a 500-pound deadlift. And I got those first two relatively quickly. Squat took me a little bit longer because I wanted to do it high bar. I didn't want to do a low bar, so I had to like rebuild. Anyway, the first two I knocked out pretty fast, and then the 500-pound deadlift took fucking forever because my leverages on deadlift suck ass. But it's funny because I had just talked about this in a previous video where like people say, oh, if I could just do this, you know, for a 1 rep max, like, dude, that would be awesome. And then they hit it and the goalpost moves. That's not really what I'm doing because I don't really care. I hit the milestones that I actually care about. And I still bench, even though I hit the 315 a long time ago. I still bench because benching's cool. And if I can bench more, you know, why not? Be able to rep 315 would be cool. But again, that's moving the goalpost, right? But like the thing about it is just like I don't care nearly that much about where the PRs go. I just like training a lot. But in terms of squat, the reason I brought this up, a 500-pound squat would be, dude, that would be awesome. A 500-pound squat would just be insane. And watch my deadlift not budge at all. My deadlift would still be 5. My squat would be 5. And my bench would still be like 365, whatever. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and at least do the bar real quick. Quit fucking yapping. I've told you guys before, I do normally get nervous with squats, but that's just because it's a lot of weight on your back, not necessarily because I'm actually afraid. Squat is one of those things where like, man, this lift just feels like when you lock in your technique on a squat, it just feels good. It doesn't feel bad at all. And although it's terrifying to unrack a shit ton of weight on the squat, feeling the technique just really dialed in here. Oh. Always feels good. I love it. A heavy squat just feels phenomenal. And so, albeit I do get nervous with heavy squats. Like once we get like 365 and up, I do get nervous. Ain't gonna lie to you. I do get nervous. But like I said, being able to rock it out of the hole and just feeling, I don't know, just feeling yourself go through the movement, man, it's like being on cloud 9. The squat and I have really bonded over the years. It is definitely one of my favorite movements for sure. I love it a lot. So let's go ahead and slap some 45s on, get to work. All right, 135. And if you guys are curious why I have my AirPods in, it's just because my wife is working inside and I'm trying to be dutiful and not bump my stereo up against the wall. Which, you know what, if this sounds better during post-processing, I might just do this continuously so that way I don't have to noise suppress every clip. I don't know. I kind of like the stereo, but I know it ruins the audio quality in the YouTube video. All right, 225 for 3. All right, 275 for a double. No belt yet, because everything's feeling fine. I think probably 315 the belt will go on, I think. I like to see how my core feels before I slap the belt on. You see some people where like they're like you know, watch me warm up to a top single and their belt's on like the whole time from empty bar all the way to the top set. I like to at least feel what my core's feeling and try and lock it in for as long as I can. And then when I feel like it's kind of not keeping up, or maybe I'm just out of focus and can't brace that hard, I'll throw the belt on for some feedback. 2 here. Not too bad. I can feel the soreness now. So we'll probably throw the belt on for 315. Doesn't feel terrible, but it doesn't necessarily feel great either. All right, 355 for a single. I'm getting up there now. So if these feel like shit, RIP, baby. It's not bad, but fuck, does it feel heavy already. All right, guys. This is 385. Taking my time getting up here because these reps are just not feeling that good. And again, like I told you guys in the past, if you rush it, you might not be warmed up. You may not be ready by the time you get to the top. If you take too long, you're too gassed by the time you get to the top. Got to find that sweet spot of how many more reps do I need for this to feel good versus how many is too many. Let's go, baby. Lost my balance a little bit, but we recovered. All right, guys, 405. Just like on Wednesday, our bench day, we're just gonna give it a shot. Gonna give it a shot. Just another day at the office, baby. Let's fucking get it. Maintain my balance. All right, baby, 420, we're here. I'm gonna try and match because these reps are not feeling good. So I'm gonna try and match. If I can match, I'll be happy. I thought about loading 25 on there, but the reps are just really not feeling that good. So we're gonna take the match. Whew. That 405 did kind of take it out of me though. This is gonna take everything that I have right here. I know that for a fact. It's gonna take every ounce of my fucking willpower. Let's go, baby. I believe in you, baby. Let's go. Whew. Almost lost it. Almost lost it. I felt myself, give or take, like right here. I came a little too far forward and I almost folded. But we stayed in there. And if I had any advice for people that are about to max out on squats, stay in it. You'll feel yourself want to give up. As soon as you feel yourself kind of fuck up the rep a little bit, whether it's torso caving forward or whatever, like you're gonna feel your technique kind of fuck up a little bit. Stay in there. Stay in there. Because you can tell, especially the more advanced you get, when you're fucking it up in terms of like, this is red flag, like I'm gonna snap my shit, versus I just fucked up the rep. And again, like, I don't know if I necessarily fucked that rep up. I just think it was about midway. It was about right here, and I felt myself come forward a little bit. I think it was just a lack of abdominal strength to hold the torso up. And so I started to cave, and I felt my thoracic kind of flex a little bit, and I just braced harder and just kept pushing. So like, the more advanced you get, you'll be able to understand, like, you know, am I about to snap my shit up right now, or did I just misgroove? And I think in most cases, if you feel like you just misgrooved, you just fucked it up, just keep pushing, because that's where your willpower is made right there. You know, I come from a very anxious background where I was terrified of heavy squatting, heavy bench, you name it. I was just terrified of heavy lifting, and it still takes a lot of effort to just lock the fuck in and don't give up on myself. Just keep pushing. And like I said, was it the prettiest rep in the world? No, but I told you guys in multiple videos, true 1RMs will never be pretty. They won't. If you're actually pushing yourself, it will never be pretty. Form breaks down, man. And again, it's that mid rep where shit is falling apart and your brain is able to analyze everything in like a hundredth of the time that you're actually grinding out the rep, right? Knees in position, maintain the brace, spine position, just keep pushing, hold the breath, you know, whatever. That's where technique is improved. Is when shit like that happens and you're able to stay on course. We're 2 for 3, man. Which I feel like if I had another day of recovery for bench, that 345 would have gone. But I mean, we're 2 for 3. And we had a pretty shitty block. So let's fucking go, dude. We're gonna do some lateral stuff to take care of my hip. My hip's been way better, so we're just gonna do some stuff to kind of train that. Again, the accessory stuff is just movement. It's not like actually training. Some laterals, and I think I'm doing RDLs too. And then we'll be all done. I'm gonna go get the rest of my steps in. We deload next week. We're all done.